I got dirty laundry in the background. Oh, that's so funny. Just when you think it's safe to go on the internet. Let's let's see if we get this thing going here. How's the delay? How's the delay? How's the delay? How's the delay? The delay is standard. Let's shut this water off. All right. Well, there I was. Streaming live on the internet. Oh, screw that up. Redo. All right. No big deal. Already made coffee. Already had some. Potentially true statement. Let's cut some hash browns up. Am I able to film the action? Let's see what we can do here. Some brown spots in my potatoes. What's with that? Oops. They got a brown spot detector, and they can put all the brown spotted potatoes in the discount potato bag. Ooh, that one's gonna be hard to cut. I've never cut my finger live on the internet, which means the potential is definitely there. Let's see, we've got a little bit of weirdness going on in that corner. We'll just delete that guy there. Don't want to eat him. Definitely don't want to cut those out and then decide later that, oh, I forgot a couple pieces and throw those in to eat. That's not what you want to do either. That last cut can be a Lulu. I can tell you that right now. See, normally I do this all beforehand, but I decided today to do it on the stream because I gotta do something on the stream. I mean, toast doesn't take very long. Cooking the potatoes, I found out when I cut them small like this, they don't take nearly as long as like a standard French fry, so shouldn't be a problemo. Yeah, I'll eat the skins. I don't care. I know they're not. People say you don't eat the skins, but due to my lack of methamphetamines and heroin, I think I can eat potato skins. You gotta take your risks in life, right? I have to get some more potatoes though. I'm down to my last potatoes here. Man, it's like someone beat all my potatoes up. What's up with that? Are they trying to get the truth out of them? Those are looking a little weird. We'll just delete that. Delete. You have been deleted. I don't like stacking the taters up too tall. I think it's a little out of control. The standard out of controlness. It's that last cut where it gets a little slippery. Oh man, this is riveting. I feel like, oh, well, Jeremy, welcome to the stream. We're cutting potatoes right now. I'm doing okay. Kind of cold. It's like, it was really cold here the other day, and I had the fireplace going, and then it was supposed to warm up, so I stopped running the fireplace, but I'm not sure what's going on. Either the cold got into the bones of the house, but man, my house is freezing right now. Alright, so I think I'm going to cut these up into maybe a little bit more manageable bite-size hash brown shapes. Now the $1,000,000 question is, do I go just one in the middle, or do I do, yeah, I think we go one down the middle. That seems to be the most safest way, right? I feel like I got a weird angle going here. Yep, we're just gonna go one down the middle and just make everything in half. And that'll be the size of the old hash browns. The browns. I mean, yeah, this is like easy mode today. Like, I still got a full thing of juice here, so I'm not gonna be making juice. The toast is just put bread in the toaster and push the lever down. The cooking of the potatoes is basically what we're waiting for, so I guess we're going to soak these for way too short of a time. Oop, I don't need that guy. And then, yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, get some water going over here, soak these up. Hold please. Hold please. I want cold water. I'm sure my sink looks kind of dirty right now. So I can do something about that. Remove the dirty dishes from the sink. Here, I'll take you on a journey to my filthy sink. There we go. Why are you making live stream early? Oh, too much water. Is it early? What time is it? Well, I'm just having breakfast, man. I didn't realize I had official start time. Do I normally start at a regularly scheduled time? I think the dog woke me up this morning. I think that's what's going on. She's finally getting on the schedule of what time to wake up. She's not sleeping in like she usually does, and I've been up for like an hour and 20 minutes so far. So after an hour of 20 minutes of watching the internet, and then, yep, drinking a cup of coffee, I was like, well, I want to, dirty sink there, the strainer. Man, I'm letting all my secrets out. Why does the internet get to see all my secrets? That was leftover food from the dog's dish. New tools. Trying to think. Actually, why did I take the camera away? I'm still working over here. I did warranty a tool this week. I had a broken clamp. It was really cold this week, so like I didn't get much done outside. I kind of just stayed inside the whole week, basically, except for a couple days. And whilst I was inside, staying warmer than outside, I had the internet on, and the internet gives me commercials. And one of the commercials the internet gave me was for Harbor Freight, which is a store that sells affordably priced Chinese goods for the most part, along with goods from other countries as well, but mostly China. And Harbor Freight used to be famous for their coupons of like they'd give stuff away for free to get you to come into the store. The idea being like, oh hey, we'll give you a free tape measure, and then when you come into the store, you'd be like, hey yo, while I'm here, I guess I'll pick up one of these, one of those, and one of them. You know, like that was like the general philosophy of what they did. And then I'm not sure exactly what happened with that company, but at some point along the way, management decided, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna stop. It wasn't just free coupons. They would do like their whole thing was coupons. Like that's how they would like. They put stuff on sale. So like if you were savvy and in the know, you could get a coupon and get a good deal on the thing that you wanted. They'd do like 20% off coupons or whatever, or just a coupon for an item. If you were just a regular whoever and you walked in the store, you kind of pay full price, which is all already pretty discounted, to be honest with you. Anyway, fast forward to, I don't know, not so long ago, but a little while back, the guy that runs the place, or the people in charge, they decide, you know what we're going to do? We're going to get rid of this coupon thing, because we're just going to give you the best deal up front, right? That's what they decided to do. And this is all true. They said, we're not going to do the coupons, because like they used to do catalogs, where they'd send you a catalog, they have the coupon in the catalog, and then you take your scissors, and you cut the catalog, and then you would like take the coupon in with you, and then you'd hand the coupon over, and then the person would take the coupon, you could only use it once. Like that was a whole thing for a while. Sorry, I'm kind of like jumping around the story. And then like they kind of came out with the internet, the computer stuff, and they're like, well, we got digital coupons, or actually what I started doing is I just started taking pictures of the coupons, and then going up to the person and be like, yo, can I just show you the picture on my phone so I don't have to lug this shit around with me? And they're like, yeah. They kind of started doing that universally. Let's get these going. Get some oil on those. They started like letting people do pictures of the coupons, and they started doing digital coupons. And then, like I said, at some point they're like, you know what? No more coupons. We're not doing that anymore. We're just gonna pass the savings on to you. Well, I'm not Harbor Freight. I don't run Harbor Freight, but like half the fun of Harbor Freight is the fact that like when you go there, there's an expectation of quality when you go to Harbor Freight, and you're not going there because you're like, you know what, I want to spend the most money on the most expensive tool and get the best tool there is available. That's not really why you go there. The expectation of Harbor Freight is, I need a thing that I'm not going to use a whole lot, and I don't want to pay a lot for it. And then you go to Harbor Freight, and you get one of those. But the other thing about Harbor Freight that I always enjoyed was the deal, you know. It's not so much it's not the price, it's the deal, which is like, it's ludicrous, you know. But like, if they got something on sale, you know, and sale price versus normal price, whatever, it's all arbitrary. But if they got an item on sale, and then you can find a coupon that you can sneak in there and get a discount on the on sale, you feel like you've accomplished something in life, right? Got yourself a deal. Well, when they got rid of the coupons, they kind of eliminated that, which, I mean, I'm not saying that's like fun or a hobby, but like, I like to get a deal. I like to get a deal on a thing that I don't even need. Like, that's just, I like me a deal, man. Give me a deal. And I kind of stopped shopping at Harbor Freight because there's no deals anymore. It's like, we're just giving you the best price out the door. And it's like, well, if you're giving me the same price as everybody else is getting, I'm not getting a deal. That doesn't make me feel like I've accomplished anything in my little hobby of getting deals. So yeah, and I'm good. And I think I wasn't the only one. I think a lot of people stopped shopping out there because it was kind of like, you kind of felt like you were just paying regular price, and it's not a good enough, that's not the same, yeah, it was different. So anyways, fast forward to like, apparently like this week, they brought back for like for the first time in like, I don't know, many moons, the get something for free at Harbor Freight coupon. And I saw that, and I was like, well, I need to do a couple things on that side of town anyway, and I have a broken clamp that needs to be warranted, like, because like, I mean, honestly, some of the stuff at Harbor Freight's got a lifetime warranty, which is, you know, they honor it too. Like, they don't. I've never had a thing at Harbor Freight that I had to warranty where they were like, hey, wait a sec, sir, you got a receipt, you got, like, I mean, I've warrantied things that the package says lifetime warranty. Yeah, it's just the whole warranty thing. That's a whole other ball of beans that get me all worked up. Yeah, warranties. The deal with warranties, man. Like, I don't write warranties. I have friends or people that I know that think I get crazy on warranty. It's like, dude, I don't write a warranty. I am not a warranty underwriter. You know, I don't do that. I accept warranties. And if you sell me a product with a warranty, that's the warranty, man. Like, don't try to get out of it. Like, what is this fine print warranty shit? It's either, like, whatever. So I hold people to it. It's like, you sell me a warranty, I'm going to warranty it if I need to. Like, that's just how life works. Like, I had a power cord. Actually, I've warranted a bunch of them. I bought a power cord many years ago. And when I went to buy my power cords, there was lots of power cords available. Now I was like, well, I kind of pay for my food in life and my housing and like my clothing and my entertainment with things that I plug into a power cord. So I probably ought to get a good power cord, right? Since, you know, power cord runs the tools at the time. I mean, even the charger for the cordless batteries. So it's like, I'm not going to get a shitty power cord. I'm going to get one good power cord that's going to be the one for me. I found a company that gave a lifetime warranty on this power cord. And it was nice, had the LED in there, and it was heavy gauge. And it's like, it was expensive as hell, like $100 or something. This is back in the day. I was like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to buy the expensive ass power cord, and I'm never going to buy a power cord ever again. I will never need to buy a power cord because it has a lifetime warranty. The power cord will work for my lifetime. And if it doesn't, I'll just go get a new one. Perfect. Buy once, cry once. Problem solved in life, you know? Gonna have to have a power cord, gonna want a good one. Bought the power cord, used it for many years. Finally, something broke on it, can't remember what it was, like the ground broke off it. I was like, gonna go get a new one. Went back out to the store, and the way they were trying to get out of the warranty on that power cord is, oh, we don't sell that brand of power cord anymore. I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about? Like, the package says, if this thing fails, take it back to the store you bought it from, and they'll just give you a new one. And I think at the time, let's see, what's it? Lowe's. It was Lowe's. And I was like, come on, man. Like, how you going to sell me something? Tell me to bring it back here and say, oh, we don't sell that anymore. Sorry. I was like, you got another brand there. It's got a lifetime warranty, same gauge. It's just like the company just like changed their logo or something. So to Lowe's credit, they gave me one of those power cords. They swapped out for that. Lifetime warranty, fine. And I learned, and it's a hard one, you got to cut that little packaging off, take that receipt, whatever you got to do, put it in a file, alphabetical order, so you know where your shit is when your shit... Yeah, I do that. I'm a crazy person. I've probably warranted that power cord 3 or 4 times. And every time I take it in there, it's a battle. The last time I took it in there, the lady's like, you got to send that back to the manufacturer. Straight, first thing she said. And I didn't even get a chance to even give my speech yet. And I was like, well, slow down before you tell me what I have to do. I'm going to tell you what you're going to have to do. Because I have the receipt from your store with your logo on it. I have the packaging that the power cord came in. And the power cord packaging literally is printed in English and Spanish. Bring the cord back to the store that you purchased it from and get a replacement. And I have the receipt for this power cord from this store. So stop telling me where I gotta go and what I gotta do. You need to do what you... It's just like, holy shit, man. I even learned not even to send an employee back to try to figure out which power cord it is, because I went through that one time. I spent like an hour where the person couldn't even figure out which cord it was. I was like, I'll tell you what, done this enough times, I'm just gonna go get my power cord. You call your manager, you make your phone calls, whatever the hell you gotta do, so by the time I come back up here, I can go on with my life. Yeah, that's a real thing. Like, I'm ranting about power cords. The Harbor Freight, on the other hand, this is how they handle it. You walk in with your broken tool, you say, it helps if it's a lifetime warranty tool, by the way, which most of their metal tools are. If they're, well, they label them, you'll know. Anyways, this is how I do. I walk in and say, hey, I got a broken tool. Where do I go get a replacement? Or where do you keep these? And the guy will kind of, or the gal, the employee will just kind of point me. I just walk back with the broken tool in one hand. I grab the same tool in the other hand. I walk up to the thing and I say, here's my broken tool. Here's my new one. And they go, okay, sir. They type away. Take your name. Then you got to sign something. They want to see your ID. It's like, whatever. Fine. And then you leave. I've never had them at Harbor Freight like, wait a second. We sold you this item with a warranty, but now we don't want to deal with it. It's like, oh my God, dude. There should be a law against like bickering over warranty shit. Like, honestly, Christ, there should be. There should be a federal law to if you how would they word that law? If you impede the process of a warrantable item by a 15 seconds, you're guilty of a crime. It's what it should be. I think one of like the most famous ones I ever warranted. Oh, my Subaru. I bought my Subaru. It comes with like warranty information, the whole packet of what's warranted, how long, this and that. You know, it just tells you. It literally says what items are warranted, for how long are they warranted, and all that. It's a whole book. And in my particular Subaru, it literally said under the main warranty, for the main part of the warranty, that the windshield wipers blades were under warranty. So if the windshield wipers failed to perform in the first however many years of ownership, they were covered under warranty. I didn't write that shit. I don't care. My windshield wiper stopped working, so I took it to the Subaru dealer. I was like, yo, I need some new windshield wipers. And I got, the lady behind the counter was like, ah, give you windshield wipers. I was like, whoa, slow down. It's like, it's in the warranty. No, it's not. Ah! I'm like, I think that conversation at one point was like, prove it. She said, prove it. I was like, whoa. You want me to prove it? Like, you're saying to me, prove it. I was like, you better get your manager out here, because I'm going to have a conversation with your manager. The next conversation I'm going to have is with regional, and the next thing is going to be is corporate. Because you're telling me, the owner of the warranty that you sold me, to prove it? Like, I think that's actually a crime. Like, holy shit. Yeah, I fucking proved it, and guess what? That lady doesn't have a job anymore. She lost her fucking job over that shit. Tell me to fucking prove it. Because I know what they were doing at that particular, I'm not going to say which dealership it was. What they were doing, anyone that wanted to buy windshield wipers, they would sell them to them, and then they would file a warranty claim. I know they were doing that. I know it. Because it's all covered under warranty. And if you don't think that a dealership knows what they get reimbursed for from the factory, you're out of your goddamn mind. Yeah, that's a true story right there. Fucking goddamn fucking shysters. So yeah, I went and got my goddamn book, and I came in and I proved it. And I proceeded to tell the lady that she shouldn't be doing what she's doing for a living, because the last thing you should ever say to a customer is prove the warranty that our company sold you. Prove it. Prove it. Like, oh my God, prove it. Jesus Christ. That's the nutsest shit I ever heard in my life. Prove it. So anyways, to answer your question, yeah, there's a new tool. There's a new tool in the garage. So, I mean, it's not new. It's not a non-broken one, just a clamp. Oh, and I got some microfiber claws. That's what they were giving away for free, was microfiber claws. Prove your warranty. Prove it. Well, COSORI, why did you shut off? Well, I guess we'll cook more fries. Whatever. All right. I feel like those are getting close. Warm this up on a medium. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels weird to like. I feel like I'm begging for shit when I'm warranting something. Like, hey, could you do me a favor? I mean, it's a literal sold contract. They'd be like signing a contract to have lawn service done at your house, and then when the fucking dude shows up to mow your yard and wants to get paid, you'd be like, well, I don't know. You might have to talk to somebody else about that contract you got there, bud. I don't know if I want to pay you for that. It's like, well, but sir, you hired me to pay it, and the contract says, I don't know. Prove it. Like, whatever. I'm trying to think of the other company that is like pretty good to deal with. Tecton. The Tecton Tool Company. This is how they solve their warranty issue. You buy a Tecton product, doesn't matter where, you find it in the ditch, buy it off a truck, buy it at the store, buy it at a yard sale. As long as it says Tecton and they can identify the model and it breaks, you take a photograph of it with your smart device and you text it to them. And they respond and they're like, what's your address? And then they send you one. And that's it. It's amazing. You know what it makes me want to do is buy more Tecton tools. Not because they break, because shit breaks in life, but like if they do break, that's what you do. It's not, I mean, it's just like, whatever. I think I have a rant about screaming about warranties. One of the worst ones? I'll tell you another worst company to get a warranty. Rigid. well, the rigid lifetime warranty on their cordless tools. What a goddamn joke that is. This is how they handle it. You have a tool break that's covered under the lifetime warranty thing, and then you take it to the authorized dealership, right? And this is what they do. They hold on to your tool for months and do nothing, with the hopes that you'll just say, screw it, I gotta use this tool, and go buy a new one, and you never hear from them again. Yeah, I've literally experienced that. I finally called corporate. I was like, here's the deal, buddy. I need this goddamn tool to pay bills. You need to figure this out quick, because I got a person that's supposed to be running this tool every day, and it's sitting in your goddamn authorized whatever place, not getting fixed. So like, solve this now. And I will admit, they just sent me a new tool. They just grabbed it off the shelf and sent it to me, because I was like, this is ridiculous. It cannot take this long to either tell me, sorry, your lifetime warranty's no good, sir, or hey, it's fixed. And what ended up happening, I went out and talked to the dude that was holding on to it. This is what he said. He said, I never get reimbursed from Rigid, so I don't work on that shit. So he's contractually obligated to take the tools in, and he just doesn't work on them because they never pay him for the work. He's like, I've been burned so many times, I just don't do it. Sorry. I'm just going to hold on to your tool, and you're going to have to solve that with them. And I'm like, oh my God. What's the point? That's like a run around in circles warranty where you just give up. That's give up. Give up. Whatever. Shit's ridiculous, though. I mean, I bought 2 full sets off of Rigid on their cordless tools, and I'm probably never gonna buy another Rigid tool ever again, just because of that. It's like this giant bait and switch thing is like disingenuous intentions sours me so bad when it comes to shit like that. It's just like, I think I'd just rather just not have a warranty and buy a tool from a company that doesn't suck. They're pretty shitty. That's their what do you call it? Cordless tools. Now the hand tools, like like rigid pipe wrenches, I got a pretty good story on that. I just decided I'm gonna do something here. What am I gonna do? We're gonna take a pause on those potatoes. We're gonna make the dog some food. She's standing here looking at me. So I had how did it work? There was an old Rigid. I had an old Rigid, like, it came in like an old toolbox that I got from like either my grandfather. Yeah, I can't remember who it was from. Probably my grandfather. I got some tools from him. It was like a whole pile of old rusty tools or whatever. But like, there was a pipe wrench in there, like a pipe wrench, you know, like for wrenching on pipes, and it was broken. It was just a broken old pipe wrench. Rusted to hell, looked like garbage. And I was going to throw, or I was not going to throw it, I was going to recycle it for the metal. And right before I put it in the old recycling bin, I looked at it close, and I noticed under the rust, it said Rigid. And Rigid pipe wrenches are lifetime warranty. And I was like, huh, that's a Rigid. Hit it with a wire brush real quick. Cleaned it up a little tiny bit just so you could like read what it said, and measured it, figured out what length it was, and kind of went on the internet to try to figure out who had some of those. And I found out my local Home Depot sold Rigid pipe wrenches and had one on hand according to the internet or whatever. So I took my old broken rusty Rigid pipe wrench down there, and I was like, hey, kind of a weird question. I got this old pipe wrench here. Gotta rinse this spoon up real quick, hold please. I was like, I got this old pipe wrench here, and I've got some newer Rigids, and all my newer ones that says lifetime warranty. I was like, does this thing have a lifetime warranty? And the guy behind the counter was like, he's like, oh yeah, Rigid's lifetime warranty. I was like, cool. Can I warranty this thing? He's like, sure can. I was like, computer says you got one of these. Can we go grab it? He's like, sure can. Went back, don't have any. I'm like, oh. I was like, well, that's challenging. He's like, yeah, that kind of sucks. I was like, well, what can we do? And he's like, well, I could do an inter-store transfer if you don't need it today. And I'm thinking, well, this rusty, broken pipe wrench has been sitting in the basement for, I don't know, 25 years since I've been wearing, probably longer than that. I think it's ancient. It was like Model 1 of the Rigids, whatever, no big deal. And he's like, well, the town up the road's got one. We could have him brought down and be here in a couple days. So it's like, cool, let me know. And he did. That worked out. Got me a rigid pipe wrench, brand spankety new. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Warranty. I mean, my general understanding is like the solid metal objects, they just throw those back in the metal bins part, and it just gets melted down, and they just make new parts out of it. That's why it's not that big of a deal to warranty a tool like that. I don't know, whatever. Although I have to say this because I promised Subaru Fuji Heavy Industries corporate that I would never disparage them. So on that windshield wiper blade, that was an employee that was incompetent and didn't know her thing. And Subaru actually stepped up and warrantied a couple items on my car outside of the warranty window, which was pretty cool of them. It was one of these weird deals where like the thing that broke probably should have been in a recall, but there hadn't been enough complaints, or slash the parts that were on my car, because my car was so new to that model, that they may have been using parts off a different car that were warranted, or not warranted, recalled. Does that make sense? So like, I had my horn stopped working on my Subaru, and it's called a clock spring. It's inside your steering wheel, and it allows the horn to make contact on the electrical when the steering wheel spins. It's like a spring wire or whatever. Well, they had some issues with some clock springs that broke, and the model years of the ones that were affected were like right up to the manufacturer of my car. My car was manufactured in 2012. It's a 13. It was one of the very first cross-checks that was manufactured on the planet Earth. I pre-ordered it, and it was on the first, it was like the first shipment of cross-checks to the United States. I got one. I ordered it. I pre-ordered it. And what I think happened, I think they probably grabbed some of the parts from the recalled pile, because that's what they were using from. And then when the new parts came, they didn't have the problem anyways. So I kind of talked to the person. I was like, yeah, I mean, you kind of got to recall some of this, and it's the exact same problem. So I was like, yeah, I don't know. And they had a seat problem too. The seats were breaking to the point where they had a new part for it. Like, it's like this, it was an internal S hook on the internal frame of the seats. They would break. They recalled them. They manufactured stronger S hooks, and they fixed all the ones that were in the recall, and they moved forward. Well, my car once again was built right up into the edge between they started manufacturing everything with that big S hook, and my seat broke. I'm like, well, there's no recall on your seat. I was like, yeah, but it broke, and it used the old clips. I know it did because it broke. And like, after like a lot of conversation, they kind of agreed that, man, you probably got the old S hook in your seat and it broke. And I was like, the other reason was like, I have a manual transmission. And you have to push back on the seat when you put the clutch in. There you go, dog. Yum yum. Enjoy your breakfast. Whatever. They covered it. They didn't have to. They could have told me to pound sand, but they didn't. What do we got here? I have DeWalt tools. Yeah, DeWalt. I got some DeWalt. And honestly, that's probably what I would run for cordless tools is DeWalt. But like, DeWalt doesn't have a lifetime warranty. You know, like DeWalt comes with a warranty, and then when it breaks, it's your tool. But like, when the rigid stuff came out, it was like, dude, you just take it back and they give you new ones forever. I mean, the thing that really kind of pinched me on the first DeWalt, the first rigid was, when I bought my first set of rigid tools, there was no such thing as brushless motors on cordless tools. There wasn't all this crazy lithium battery stuff. So it was like how would you know? Like, oh, in the future, they're going to have better tools. It was just like, dude, cordless tools, these are awesome. They work great. Loved them. But in the future, they're going to be even better. Like, how do you know? It's like, well, I'm just going to buy these tools. It'd be great. Because like up to that point, basically every tool that I use for construction and all that, it's like you buy the tool and it's just the tool you use until you break it. You weren't replacing tools because better versions were coming out. It was just like, I mean, it's a circular saw. I mean, get a good one and then just cut wood with it. It's like, what are they going to do to a circular saw? Put flames on it or something. I mean, they did put flames on circular saws and stuff, but like essentially a saw is a saw unless you got like some like a weight restriction thing on the really old ones. But like in my era, it's like that's a nice saw. It's light. I can use it. Just use that saw forever until like you basically until you drop it. That's how you break a saw. Well, with cordless tools, I keep getting better and better and better. So it's like at one point, it's like I'm holding this tool in my hands. Like, man, it's a nice cordless tool, but like the new ones are like they last way longer. They got more torque. They're way lighter. So I was like, screw it. Bought another set. Now the tools I have now, they're probably like 10 years old. Like they're like garbage compared to what's out now. It's like they got all this brushless motor technology. Like even my second set's not brushless, but like the new ones are brushless and they got better batteries. And it's just like you're kind of holding this tool. It's like, man, I mean, it works. You can drill holes with it, or you can cut with it, but like, yeah, it's just like the technology is changing such that because battery technology changes. That's what makes me so nervous about like everyone going to all battery stuff, you know? Because like literally, and I'm not even exaggerating, literally every single thing that I own, with very rare exception, that is battery powered, will get replaced not because it doesn't work anymore, but because it becomes obsolete or inferior to the new version of it. Almost across the board. From flashlights, I mean, maybe a radio, not so much, but like everything, like, but anything that's like analog, like got a gas motor or just plug it in, it still works. And like the replacement version verbatim is about the same thing. You know what I mean? Like a plug-in circular saw is about the same this year as it was last year and the year before and the year before. I mean, I guess they make magnesium lightweights or whatever, but it's kind of, and it's still gonna. I mean, I got circular saws from like the '60s that you just plug in and they work. They're not quite as refined, but like if you got to cut a board, it's gonna cut a board. It's just gonna keep cutting a board. You know what I mean? Just keeps cutting and cutting. But everything's battery powered. Like the battery either craps out or whatever. Like you think there's going to be a battery-powered chainsaw that's still going to work in 40 years? Because I have a chainsaw right now that you just put gas in the gas tank and oil in the oil bar, and you pull the rope a few times, and the thing is from like the 70s, you know, and it still works. Like you cut a tree down with that tomorrow morning. It's pretty loud, and it may not have all the safety features, but the thing still works. That's just, I don't see it happening. It's like, it's kind of crazy. Because like, everyone's gonna have to keep buying new. Like, it seems like the buy electric is to save the earth, right? And I appreciate saving the earth. I'm a big fan of saving the earth. But like, if in the process of saving the earth, you kill the earth, you know what I mean? Like, I'm saving, I'm helping. Like, you're gonna have to stop helping so much because there's not going to be much of a secondhand market for any of this battery powered shit, because even the secondhand market's going to be a little iffy because, I mean, definitely the third hand market, like who's going to buy one of them? Some third hand market things, like it's going to be, like, can you imagine what electric cars are going to be like in the future? Like, not that far away, like in 5 years, like the used electric car market, can you imagine? Like, how's that going to work? Like, oh, I got this electric car, the battery pack's bad, it's only 20 grand for a new battery. Want to buy a used car? It's like, well, no. No, I don't, actually, because who's got 20 grand for a new battery pack? Like, jeez, it's kind of crazy. Oh, that just happened. Oh, man, that was a fail among fails. I've never done that in my life. What kind of situation am I dealing with here? Did you see what I just did there? That egg like exploded. Ah! Why am I struggling? That was crazy. That egg just exploded. I'm not impressed with these fancy name brand eggs. Man alive. Like, I don't even know how much I put that. What chainsaw do I... Well, the one I'm talking about is called it's a Homelight XL. It was the old one. I got a couple steel chainsaws. Steel. However you say it. I do have an electric chainsaw that you plug in. Then I got like a Homelight, like a little cheapy Actually, it was my buddy's chainsaw, and he had to cut a log apart or whatever, and he went to the what do you call it? Adjust the bar tension on it, and he snapped the bolt off. So he's like, "Well, broke my chainsaw, throwing that in the trash." And I was like, "You're just gonna throw that chainsaw in the trash because you broke the bolt?" He's like, "Yep." He said, "I need to use a chainsaw today, and this thing's broken, and I'm throwing it away." And I was like, "Well, I'll take it." He's like, "That's fine, it's trash, I don't care." And I was like, "How hard can it be to change the bar tension bolt on an Eager Beaver home light?" Yeah, that was pretty goddamn hard. Yeah, I literally had to take the whole entire chainsaw, literally 100% apart, so I could get to the bolts to like change them. They were like 25 cents a bolt, but the amount of effort to put in, like, let's put it this way: if I break the bolts of that chainsaw, I'm throwing it away. That's how that works. Let me just throw that away. Alright, those taters are done. Sorry, I had to step away. Pretty crazy stuff there. So yeah, somehow along the way I became a chainsaw collector. I'm not even sure how that... I mean, so... the first chainsaw I ever bought was a pretty big steel chainsaw. Technically, it comes from the professional line, so like it's a chainsaw that a guy that runs a chainsaw all day long would run. What called the MS362 or something? I can't remember what it is, but it's a pro grade chainsaw, not the mid grade homeowner or the high end homeowner or whatever. It's the pro line. So the thing was like, it was less than $1,000, but only by a little bit. It was a very expensive chainsaw. I was down buying shopping chainsaws one day, and they had this thing on the discount bin because someone had purchased it, brought it home, determined that chainsaw was going to end their life, and then did a return for a smaller chainsaw. So they were selling it at a pretty good discount. Dude, I'm struggling with these eggs. I don't know what's going on. And I bought it open box, maybe? Would you call it open box? I mean, the second I put it into a log, it was in the same condition that I bought it at. You know, does that make sense? So, I forgot to put butter down. Way to go, dummy. Way to go, dummy. So that thing's a beast. It's a really nice saw. It cut a lot of wood. I mean, basically, I bought my chainsaw to cut the biggest tree that I got on my property, and it would do it easily. I also wanted to make sure I bought a head that was big enough to run that mill, which my chainsaw is on the, they call it the CC of the engine. There's a range that you need for a chainsaw mill. Mine's on the low end of what's required for running a mill. So I got that. And then I got another still off Craigslist. This guy was, how does this work? There was a dude that was like, happy homeowner guy, whatever. He had a tree fall in his yard and he needed the tree cleaned up because of storm damage. He called the tree cleanup guy, and the guy came out and gave him a quote. I don't know the exact condition of the tree, but I think the tree was like already laying down. So like this tree was on the ground. And the quote to cut the tree up and take care of it was like kind of on the you got to be kidding me side. So this dude that was a happy owner, you know, he's like, I can literally go to the store and buy a chainsaw and cut that up myself for less. And I think the tree fixer guy was like, do whatever you want, sir. And the guy's like, you know what? I'm doing that. So he went down to the old farm store near my house here and handed over a few $100s and bought himself a chainsaw and cut that tree up. And like very end of the tree cutting session, the chainsaw, unbeknownst to this fella, well, he kind of figured it out, but it sucked a piece of sawdust into the air intake, which got past the filter and clogged the carburetor, and it stopped working. It was like right at the end of the tree cutting thing where he was like done cutting the tree up. He was just like cleaning the brush up. I think that's what it was, a piece of brush. And like, it wouldn't start. Like he couldn't get the thing to start. So he was struggling with that. We're gonna make this professional over here. You ready for this, kids? And about the same time, he was having trouble with his weed eater, and was just kind of getting sick of the whole thing. So, ooh, how do I do this so you can see what? Let me try to switch hands. Let's see if I can pour this on camera. I might have overcooked my my hash browns. So anyways, this guy made a decision. He's like, this is my new decision in life. I'm not doing yard work anymore. He's like, I'm having a problem with this weed eater. This chainsaw thing's driving me nuts. He tried to fix it himself. He couldn't figure it out. So he listed it on Craigslist. He's like, weed eater, chainsaw, leaf blower, for sale. Chainsaw won't run. Leaf blower works. Weed eater is rough. That's how he listed it. It was an all-in-one buy-it package. I saw that and I was like, ooh, that's all pretty good stuff there. So I went out, he told me that story, so like, when he told me, he's like, I'm not doing yard work anymore, I was like, all right, here's the deal. This guy's just done with it all, doesn't want to store it, he's just getting rid of it. He says the chainsaw doesn't work, so like, you know, the number one thing when you're buying used equipment from people is you make them start it. So I was like, well, let's see if we can get the chainsaw running. He does the thing, pulls the rope a bunch of times. He's huffing and puffing and like, can't get it started. What I tell him is like, well, I'm really here for the chainsaw. You know, you got it all as a suite, buy it all. He's like, the only thing that worked right was the leaf blower. I said, I'm not really interested in your leaf blower, but I mean, I'll buy it from you because I'm buying it all. Even though I really wanted the leaf blower. I said, my order of importance is chainsaw, weed eater. Can you get the weed eater going? He pulls the rope, kind of gets it going, but like when you hit the throttle, it's like, rah, rah. It just bogs out on him. It doesn't work right. And I was like, all right, well, I mean, it works. So that's that. I was like, get the leaf blower going. He gets it going. I was like, well, whatever, it works. No big deal. I said, well, here's the deal. Your chainsaw doesn't run. I'm rolling the dice on that. Your weed eater needs a lot of work. And I don't really care about your leaf blower, so I lowballed the shit out of him. And he's like, fuck it, take it. So I bought it all off him. Proceeded to fix the chainsaw, fix the weed eater, and use the leaf blower all the time. Should I feed her an egg? Birdie, you want eggs? Come! Oh, there she is. Good girl. Whatever. And the guy was telling me about this chainsaw. He was like, dude, because he was like, he knew he was getting rid of the stuff for cheap, but he's like, I just don't even care anymore. Like the apathy is what got me a good deal and all that. Because he's like, I don't even care. He's like, I know it's worth more than that. He's like, I'm done with all this. Like, I don't even care. Like, I think him trying to pull that rope on that chainsaw one last time, he just assumed throw it in the trash can. He's like, yeah, he's like, I talked to my brother, and my brother tried to convince me, like, it's no big deal, it's easy to fix. He said, I tried, I couldn't figure it out. He's like, I don't even care anymore. He's like, I'm not doing this, I'm hiring this. I'm hiring yard work out. I'm not doing that crap anymore. I said, okay, man. No big deal. I put the stuff in my car and drove over to my buddy's house. And I said, dude, look at the back of my car. Look what I just bought for like, I can't remember what I paid, like 120 bucks. He offered me exactly what I paid for all of it for like a chainsaw. And I was like, get real. I'm not selling my chainsaw. And that chainsaw is a pure homeowner grade chainsaw by Stihl. That's my number one chainsaw that I use. I love that chainsaw. It's so great. Because it's light. It's super lightweight. So like, unless I'm like, I'm going to fell a tree. I was like, oh, cutting a big tree down. I get the big boy out for that. But if I'm just chopping up some firewood, I use that little chainsaw. It's amazing. The big chainsaw, I'm not going to say I almost cut my leg off one time with it, but I almost cut my leg off with it one time. I was helping my dad like clean a tree up, like kind of a crazy story. The neighbor's tree fell over and landed in his yard. And the neighbor decided the way to handle it was to clean the tree up to the property line and then tell my dad that the rest is up to him. And it was a giant cottonwood. I mean, the base of the tree was like 5 feet diameter. It was crazy. So he's like, you want to help me clean this tree up? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll help you out. I had no idea it was going to be like this enormous tree. End of the day, my arms were so tired running the chainsaw. Something happened. He was like near me. And of course, chainsaws running, it's all exposed blade. And I was worried that he was going to be too close to the chainsaw. So I got off the throttle and I stepped back away to get the chain away from him. Because I can't remember what he was doing. He was like trying to hold the board with his foot or something. Like, he was trying to help, but it was like unhelpful help. Anyways, worried that like if he were to lose his balance or whatever, he could fall into the chainsaw. I was off the throttle. The chain was spinning down. I stepped back, lowered the chainsaw, and the blade touched my leg as it was spinning. But due to the fact that I'm not a fool, I wear chainsaw chaps when I run a chainsaw because chainsaws are dangerous. The blade went into the chap, cut through the outer layer, grabbed the fiber inside. And the way chainsaw protective chaps work is it's a sandwich of 2 layers of like heavy duty nylon, and then inside it's like a fiber. And the way the fiber works is it's all real stretchy. The chain catches the stretchy fibers inside the sandwich of material, and it basically clogs the chain. It's designed to do that. So the chain had been winding down. It was off power. It barely cut through. It barely got cogged up, but like, it was my arm fatigue because I've been holding that chainsaw all day. I just was tired. It was the end of the day, and just like, it happened, and like, I was like, I'm done. When you almost cut your leg off with the chainsaw, that's the end of the chainsaw day. I ain't cutting more of this shit. Is the dog done eating? Nope, she barely ate any of her food. I'll give her some more egg. I'll give her potatoes. You want some potatoes? See if we can get a little yolk on them potatoes. Yeah, she's still got a full plate of food there. She smelt the potatoes and eggs, so she really didn't want to eat her breakfast. She'll eat it later. So, yep. I went with more of a traditional breakfast with the sliced bread and the egg and the hash browns, rather than making those sandwiches I usually do. Anywho's, so I got a crazy story. This is a true story. I'm not going to name names or anything because it's a tragedy. There's a guy that owned a business that I've done business with before. Well, we'll just say the guy used to sell sod. And we bought sod from him for the houses we built in the past. I'd heard the business had gone out of business or closed or whatever. I really know what that's all about. But anyways, I got a buddy who works one town south of me. That's where the sod farm was. And he was like, dude, do you still buy sod from this sod farm? And I was like, no, I think they closed. No big deal. He's like, I got a crazy story for you. And I was like, well, what's that? He's like, That sod farm was owned by a married couple. The wife had an affair. They got a divorce, which I assume led to the closing of the farm, whatever. He said last night, the guy took a knife, murdered the boyfriend that she had an affair with, and then shot her to death and then killed himself. Yeah, that happened. That happened just 2 days ago. That happened, no, yesterday. No, 2 days ago, Friday night. That happened Friday night at 7 o'clock, and I knew about it within an hour and a half of it happening. I knew about it via text message. I was like, what? That's the craziest shit I've heard in my life. Yep. That's a true story. The guy shot his ex-wife and then killed himself, but he didn't kill his kid. And I think the kid was there when it happened. And the kid called 911. Like an 11-year-old. It's so terrible. The world we live in is weird. I was like, how do you know this? And he's like, well, the place where I work is really close to where it happened, and everyone in that town knows everything about everybody. So yeah, someone who works for emergency services must have told someone that worked at, or someone that that you knew from work. And want an egg? Hey, bird, want eggs? Well, you ate my whole thumb. My thumb's not an egg. So that's kind of a terrible tragedy. What else is going on? It's supposed to be warming up. Is the dog done eating? No. Dog is not done. I'm gonna chop this egg up. I'll give her the plate when I'm done eating here. She likes eggs though. We'll chop that last little bit up. Well, maybe I'll have one more bite. I mean, I like eggs too. I always try to remember the dog doesn't have the ability to decide when she wants to cook eggs, so I kind of do, so. All right, more crazy stories. This one's not quite as crazy or tragic. So Wednesday, it was bad weather here. So I decided, well, if I don't have to work on Tuesday, I go to the discount store to buy my discount items. But Tuesday was decent weather. But Wednesday was shit weather. And Wednesday, the discount store sells the items whole bag, which is an IKEA blue shopping bag. You can fill that thing for $10 with whatever you want. Now, when I go on Tuesday, every item's $1. And usually on Tuesday, there ain't enough stuff there to fill a bag at $1 an item. But you never know, right? There could be a bunch of amazing stuff one day. You never know. So this Wednesday, I was like, well, I'm going to go and see what's up with the $10 bag. Maybe I can find a bunch of cool stuff. I can make some videos, blah, 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 blah. So I wake up, take a shower, get in the car, drive to the store. Got there a little early. It's like, man, there's all this great parking. Amazing. I mean, I don't have perfect parking. I'm not right at the front, but like I got a decent spot. And I kind of see there's like some paper taped to the window, but like I can't read it because like I'm too far away to read it. That's a whole nother story. I think I might need new glasses. Store opening time comes around, and like someone that was parked in the parking lot runs up to the door, and a guy comes out and is kind of waving his arms around. Where's the dog? Right there. She's meanwhiling me, wanting to know why she didn't get more eggs. Do you want more eggs? Do you want eggs? Yes. Anyways, the guy that ran up to the door, he turns around and kind of gives like the throat cut symbol. And I was like, whoa, throat cut, that's crazy. And it's really cold out. That's why I didn't walk up to the door and read the sign, because I was like 3 minutes early. I was like, I just wait 3 minutes, see if this place opens. If it doesn't, I just leave. No big deal. I opened the door. I was like, what's going on? He's like, they're closed. And I was like, they're closed? He goes, yeah, there's a fire in the store up front. There's like a laundromat. It's like, there's a fire in the laundromat. Now they're closed. I was like, oh, well, there goes that. That kind of sucked. We'll give her a little bit of bread. She doesn't really like bread too much, but sometimes when it tastes like eggs, she'll just gobble it down. I overcooked my hash browns. How's the garden? Garden's covered in snow. It snowed the other day. In case you missed my 25-minute snow plowing video from yesterday, that's what I did yesterday, is I plowed snow. That particular video was not delayed in its upload. That was posted within minutes of me doing it. Most of my videos are delayed by either days, months, weeks, whatever. Man, I overcooked those. Mumming me out. I mean, not badly, but the air fryer cooks different than like when you put it on a pan and cook it. Like normally, like a hash brown is like greasy and full of oil and all that. Really don't get that effect from an air fryer. So if you overdo it by a little bit, it turns like I'm not saying burnt, but like closer to the next step being burned. I'm not sure how much this the dog will eat, but we'll give her an opportunity to try it. You want some of that? Don't forget to breathe. Must be better than kibble. All right. I made extra coffee today. I used a big mug, which apparently I didn't make enough extra coffee. Dummy. All right, where are we at on time here? Ooh, we've already done an hour? Holy, how did that happen? Time flies when you're ranting about warranties. I'll tell you what. I'm trying to think if there's anything else in the this week's recap story. Oops, careful, Pooch. Sorry about that. I gotta grab some half and half whole, please. Those eggs away real quick. I don't know. Oh, I found out the guy that I thought lived really close to that disaster in Ohio lives less close than I was told he lived. And his sickness was COVID. So that's, I guess, good news that he got COVID. I don't even know how that works. Never been so happy someone got COVID in my life. I thought he got train derailed. Someone told me he lived 15 miles when he actually lives, I believe, closer to 150 miles, which is quite a bit different. I mean, it's just a zero, but. Are the videos live? This one's live. So, the way it works, if I'm doing a live stream, yeah, that's definitely live. If it's not a live stream, it means I recorded it and then uploaded it. And most of those videos are recorded, I save them, and then I upload them day by day as the days go by. Normally, there's several days that go by. Or months. So, like, the concrete pour video from the other day, that's like 3 months old. That happened in last year. I just haven't got around to uploading because I've been uploading other videos. I think I've got 1 or 2 more videos from that series. I think I did like one update video just a couple weeks ago. But yeah, that's all from last year. So if they're just regular videos, they're not necessarily like filmed that day. A lot of times I'll film a bunch of videos in one day. The way you can tell is like you can look at what I'm wearing. So if I'm wearing this sweater and like anything in that kind of block of time, few weeks, if I'm wearing that sweater, it was all filmed on the same day. That's how that works. More or less. I mean, it's not a written rule, but yesterday's video was. Whoa. Hey! Hey! Look at my cabinets! Look at my cabinets! Yesterday's video, I uploaded it before I realized it hadn't even rendered in full high definition. So, like, it was in like 360p for like an hour. I thought about taking it off public view, then I'm just like, I had to go do some more shoveling, so I just left it. I think that that stick I was using yesterday, it's got potential, but like the hard part about that is like, so I got this selfie stick, it's like 5 feet long. Well, you can't see what you're filming. Like you can kind of see the camera and like, so I realized like as I'm filming, I needed to tip it down a little tiny bit more than I thought was appropriate. I thought the wide angle would catch more. So some of that video I could, in the future, I'll try it again. I can't believe how tired it made my arm, though. Like, God, I had to like, I gotta quit. I need to do more workouts. Whatever. All right, I got a joke for the end here. Can I make spaghetti live stream tonight? Maybe. I could, maybe. I don't need sausage, though. I like sausage in my spaghetti. I got some hamburger. Anyways, I'm going to do a joke here at the end. I just heard this joke, and I think it's really funny. If anyone's offended by this joke, get used to being offended. Here we go. Here's the joke. What do you call a girl on a swing with no arms? Sarah. Knock, knock. Who's there? Not Sarah. Oh, that's great. That's a great joke. Oh, man. One thing I've learned about telling jokes on the internet is like the timing. I mean, me having to say who's there. You can use any name. Joke being without arms, you can't knock on the door. Well, kids, I think that's the end of the stream. I don't know what I'm doing today. Probably should clean the house a little bit. Nah, I'll do that later. All right. Went way too long. Tried to go for an hour, but I'm trying to figure out how it went for an hour. Like, I didn't... It should have taken as long as it normally does, but yet it went longer. That's weird. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you made it live, awesome. Jeremy, good to see you, bud. Glad you could show up. Spaghetti tonight. I got some chicken thawing out. I was going to maybe cook chicken, but it's probably going to still be frozen. I can maybe do it. You might be surprised. You never know. Stay tuned. You never know. All right. Peace out. Thanks for stopping by. If you watched the re-upload, thanks for watching that. If you missed it all, you'll never know. Sometimes the best jokes are at the end of the stream. Stay safe. I got to let the dog out. Peace. Oh, where's the stop button? There it is.